my echo, my life is a party, my home is the club. A party like a rock star, dance until we drop. Hey everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with the VeVe, OMI, Definity, DEVVE, daCat, FIAS update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. For not, welcome back. I love you all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon, smashing the super thanks button down below. Super chats as well. There's a thing. What the thing is exactly, well, there's a bunch. One of them is the fact that we have a Senate bill that was passed, or the Senate has just passed a bill. Seeing if I can find it right here, because it says, also everyone comment F down below to pay respects to Catherine O'Hara. Catherine O'Hara, I guess two most famous things, or things that she's most famous for, is the mom from Home Alone and the mom from Schitt's Creek. And yeah, unfortunately, she passed away today. It might have been yesterday, and it was announced today. But everyone comment F down below to pay respects. We are going to miss Catherine O'Hara. It's still beautiful to the day she died. Anyway, that's not what I wanted to go over. The Senate has officially passed a bill to avoid a U.S. government shutdown. Huzzah for that. That is something that, although despite that, we've had not a great day for a couple of things here. Oh God, there's a lot. There's a lot to go over. Silver crashed like 30-something%. Rate cuts in 2026. Trump finally announced that he is appointing Kevin. I'm sorry, he passed on appointing Kevin Hassett as Fed chair because he didn't want to lose him from the administration. He does name crypto-friendly Kevin Warsh as pick for Fed chair. Thank God. Let me go to, I'm trying to look at what we had, liquidation. All right. Between 11 a.m. yesterday and 11 a.m. this morning, there was $1.3 billion worth of liquidation. 1.2 billion were longs and $120 million were short liquidations. Liquidation on Binance. Yeah, silver at one point was down like 30-something%. 3.15 trillion wiped out from gold and silver's market cap in the last 24. I think it was more if you go like 36 hours. It was just absolutely insane. There was a lot of. Okay, there it is. Silver crashed 32% in 24 hours, wiping out nearly $2 trillion. Ash Crypto says biggest crash in the history of metals. 7.4 trillion erased in less than 24 hours. Silver crashed 32% to $77, wiping out nearly 2.4 trillion from its market cap. Gold fell over 12% to 4,708, wiping out nearly 5 trillion from its market cap. That is absolutely insane. And you have bull theory going on and saying breaking. Silver has crashed 32%, the biggest intraday decline since 1980, but silver is now trading $38 higher in Shanghai than in the US and Western markets. Shanghai spot at the time of this, which was, what time was this? At 2:42 p.m., Shanghai was 122 and the US was 85. So 44% premium for the same metal. Classic paper manipulation with COMEX flooded with futures contracts and shorts where paper claims outnumbered real metal 500 to 1. So Ash Crypto Real says, you're telling me that there's 500 more fake paper silver than actual metal? And this whole crash was just a mass long liquidations? Most likely. Saying, what the heck? Silver and gold guy actually reached out to me today. He's like, don't worry about it, Javi. I'm all in, Javi. Now he's been all in for a lot. He's got, I don't know, thousands of ounces of silver, which really is not that much. Let's say 5,000, right? What was it, 93? It was today. It's really about $500,000. Now, obviously, that's a lot, but he's had more in the past. And the gold, I don't know what he has in gold, but I know for silver, he, at least as of last month, had like 5,000 ounces. I don't know. Now, a couple of them were like brick bars, like 10-pound bars. I was like, damn. It was massive. It was awesome. But I don't know what I'm not 100% sure what the amount of gold that he had, and if he sold any on the way up. Also, this is the last, no, we have one more day in January, right? Yes, the last day is tomorrow. I have so many. This was my month. I am not okay. Anyway, we had that, and I think Bitcoin had gone down to, oh, let's see. It's 84,000 right now, but it did go down to like 81.3. Is the crash in the markets, in the gold and silver precious metals markets, does that mean that capital rotates into Bitcoin right away? I don't know. Clearly it didn't today. We are very flat on the day, about up 0.1%. And again, we just melted down. Yeah, it melted, melted down to about 81.3 and then back up to 84,000. But on the week, we're down 6%. On the month, we're actually only down 4%. On the year, we're actually only down 20% on Bitcoin. I thought it would be a little bit, I thought that would be a little bit higher, but again, in that year, we were up to 126. We were down to about 79 at one point. Again, down to 80, and we got pretty close today. Again, we were down to 81.3. I don't know. I'm more leaning towards the fact that we might get this. Again, two camps here, and I talk about this every day. One camp thinks that we crash down to 50K. Some even have like buy orders at 25 and 30K for her Bitcoin, stay down there for a couple months, and then we rocket ship to the moon late second half of the year. And then there's others that are like, listen, I don't care if we're in a war cycle. I don't care what happened in the past. I don't care about like whatever. There's so much liquidity ready to rush in. And again, gold topped, stock market topped, silver topped, like all of this, plus the other couple $1 trillion on the side, 20-something $1 trillion on the side. Good rush in. Crypto's going to go insane. Now, I believe that it will. They think it's going to happen like what Raoul Paul was on, talking about something the other day, where he's like, yeah, Bitcoin will be all-time high end of February. That is 4 weeks away. That is like $10,000 a week, which, because it's crypto, probably won't work out like that. It'll probably just chill, up 30K in like 5 days, and then up another 10K the next week. Again, crypto has no chill. They'll wipe out a bunch of shorts on the way. They're making so much money. Everyone that's trading this, well, anyone that's trying to trade it in leverage positions, they're losing a lot. But people the companies that are just wiping them out, they're just wrecking them. My good golly gosh. Give me 1 second. I guess the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go over DEFINITY. We'll get to the collect chain. We'll get to VeVe being interoperable. We'll get to rumors about bannable, what's candy, all that jazz. This past week for DMA Link, parent company for DEFINITY, you were to wind the clocks back like 8 months, 9 months. This past week did more than what DMA Link would have done like in a month a year ago. Like for the first quarter last month, the DMA Link did more in this last week than they would have done like a year ago. Best month they've ever had, and it's by a significant amount. So that is incredible. Again, they've had record months for a couple months in a row now. This is the best. Like this is awesome. How long until we get to that, $1 million in revenue per month? I don't know, but this is absolutely incredible, and the margins are, Jesus, man. Oh my God. Anyway, let's go to Definity here, because despite it having a couple record months in a row, it's down another 16% on the day. Why is this happening? But it's most of what we have. Like, take a look at, again, this is really just in the past couple of days. You know, taking a look at where we were on the 28th, we were at like 1.8, you know, like 1.8 cents almost. And now we're down to like 1.1. And if you go even farther back, you know, we were up to like 2 on like the 13th. We actually went past 2, and then we got up again on the, so we're down about 50% since that one wick up on the 13th, 14th, give or take. That's you know, that's not a great, that is not a great couple of not a great couple of weeks here. Now, that being said, the reason for this is not, oh shoot. Okay, no, we're good. The reason for this is not because the company is doing poorly, and it's question, like, there's a bunch of other decent companies out there that are, there's question into like, hey, how long can you guys last? How long can y'all go for? Like, what's your run rate? Because that is a concern for a lot of newer businesses, startups, etc. That is not the case here. The case here is we do have one wallet that had already sold well in the 5 figures. They have about $30,000 of Definity left in this particular wallet. It is possible that this whale has more than that. They've been, today wasn't that bad. They had sold 14, all right, 2, all right, 2.8, okay, 3.1, 3.5, 4.7. So they sold about $4,700 today. And so they sold about 10K in the last 2 days, give or take. And they have another 30K left. Now, I've been hearing in Telegram chats, I've been hearing in other chats that a lot of people are ready to start buying under a penny. Like that's their Mason-Dixon line, yo, under a penny, and they're going hard. That's at least what they say publicly in these Telegram chats. If the consensus is once it gets under a penny, like 0.9 cents, you know, that's when they go in. There's probably going to be a couple people like, well, if they're going to go in at 0.9, I'll just go in at like 0.93, 0.94, even 1 penny. And it seems that the wallet that has been selling hasn't really sold a lot under this price. Like this seems to be like the impasse that they're at, where the big whale has been going in saying like, yeah, I'm gonna continue selling, but hasn't really sold below this price. Now maybe they call me, they make a liar out of me, and they start selling right now, and it goes down. You know, I don't know. But it does seem to me that that's where, again, that rally is. Now, again, this whale has about $30,000 worth of it that he could sell. I would say that just a couple of people have that. They're ready to buy if it does that. But again, we don't know if this is this person's only wallet. We don't know even if this person wants to go in and actually sell all of it. This person might want to be like, hey, need some money right now. And then maybe they're done selling. I don't know. The last time this person had sold was 12 hours ago. So maybe they're morning sellers and they're just night watchers. We don't know. But there is enough liquidity between, you know, a couple of people out there where this will get absorbed. That being said, if you're in the Telegram chats, you're probably not going to do a $5,000 buy order right now. You're probably going to go in and do if you want to get, you know, a couple $100. Yeah, that's been done. That's been done by a lot of people, including me. But it does get a little bit harder to do those like 3,000, 5,000 buy orders right now. When you know they're selling with $30,000 worth, that's just gonna. Now again, they might not. Maybe they're done selling. I don't know. Or, you know, they're waiting for the price to go back up and then they sell a little bit more. So again, it is going to be a kind of a little war of attrition, which again, in this wallet that will get absorbed. And then once that wallet is done, to go back up again. Give me 1 second here. Oh, shoot. Excited, me too. AI is great. Yeah, apparently we got to go over Banker as well. Banker's up like 500% in the last month. Yep, IP, we love it. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's do Banker here real quick. Oh, also just for Definity, $11.7 thousand in volume on the day. Despite there being actually a lot more buys, there's 23 buys and only 12 sells. It's just some of those sell orders were like $1,100, $1,500, you know, whatever. And the buys are just like 500 here, 1,000 there, you know, maybe like, you know, a couple hundred here. So that's why there happens to be more buys than sells, but the sells just, again, that's why it's down 16%. Let's do, oh yeah, let's go to Banker because Banker be bankering. Oh, I'm sorry. Only 482% up in a month. I thought it was 500. 17.7% off. The last 7 days, if you want to just be like, well, that's in a month. Well, the last 7 days, it's still up 234%. And the last 24 hours, it's up over 100. It's doubled, which looks really cool. Again, this is a chart over the last 7 days. Here's a chart over the last month where it just, you know, boom. The last 3 months, it's still up. It's still up 42% over the last 3 months. But it did have a wicked just escalator down, and then obviously almost like an elevator up. It's not at all-time highs, but it's definitely way past the lows when it started. You know, a lot of people were thinking over the last couple of months, be like, okay, this is not going to be good. But it never went to the all-time lows. So it seemed to have gone up a little bit, went back down, feel like, oh God, was that a suckers rally? And then, you know, just boom, you know, like the last month has been good again, up 482%. So shout out to Banker, shout out to them just getting that bread. Number 479 now, over on CoinGecko. Do they continue to run? Do they continue to go? I don't know. We'll see. Ugh. I mean, AI is the narrative right now. I know an AI company that's going to have a very easy time raising a lot of money. Can't say who it is. Anyway, that's Banker. All right, what do we got here? VeVe becomes interoperable. Okay, let's go to collect chain. My back. I don't know why this guy does that. Where is VeVe? Actually, no, we're gonna go to. We should go to VeVe first. We have a couple of people. Let's say Foster Hilt, the Ecomi community manager. Go over and saying, very cool analytics from VeVe official was just released on the VeVe app, seeing how many sets there still are to be complete sets of our. Seeing how many sets there still are to complete has already given me a bit of FOMO. What do you think of the update? And I went over a little bit before when I was in, I was interviewing Greg Wyke. We love Greg Wyke. He's awesome. Give me 1 second here. Very good. Greg Wyke. He was. I might have gotten his 1 of 1 that just dropped today. Or it went for auction on Monday, and the auction ended today. And I might have won. Like it says the winners to be announced. I don't know anyone else that bid on it. So I mean, I did the minimum bid of 999 gems. We'll see. They haven't announced the winner though. Like the other ones, you can go in and take a look at the artworks. Like his last 1 of 1, which I also bid on. That went for 1626 by Elemental NFT 2020. The one after that, Vampirella #1, went for $3,200 hairs. 3269. Everyone comment nice down below for the 69. But yeah, let's see on average what these guys sell for. Okay, so Scary Christmas versus Killer Claws, $2,000 or 2042. Another Vampirella. Oh, Enough got that one, 2347. Damn, that looks nice. Enough. What are you doing with that? Oh my god, this one, of course, Scotty Young, where Elemental NFT 2020 got it for 6,780. I guess Scotty Young's go for premium, and that's a one of one. That's a good for you, man. And then we have a beast one where Draco wins $6,666 for that. This looks incredible. Like, oh my gosh, that looks absolutely amazing. I am blown away by that one. That was 100% worth the $6,666. Project Superpowers number 0 from Dynamite from Dino. Oh, this is Alex Ross one for 1777. No heckin' way. All right, Bill Gardner saying let's go. VeVe Zombie saying yo, what up, what up? Me saying I'd be late to the stream because I had a bathroom emergency. I know. Jay Torres says here we go. Yeah, everyone comment F down below. Pay respects for Catherine O'Hara, who unfortunately passed away. Oh, she was a mom in Beetlejuice. All right. So long ago. Beetlejuice. Ben and Korea, thanks for being a member, saying oi, 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 oi. Hey, everyone. Yeah. Vampirella number 15, because this is a bigger one. It's not actually letting me hit it, so I'm confused on what. Oh, okay, it's slowly going. So I see the little blue dot that is traveling halfway across my page, 75% across my page, 80. It's close to loading. There we go. But it is not loading fast enough. She looks great. It looks like Mars Girl, but I know it's Vampirella. We'll cover our Vampirella number 15. Oh, this is by Peach Momoko too. We love Peach Momoko. We'd love it even more if we could see how much it sold for, but it's not. I mean, what the heck? Okay, let me go out and go back in. Let it rain, clear it out. Let it rain, clear it out. And I don't know, did this one just not sell? There's no way that, okay, there it is. Pilot 24H got it for $2,188 hairs. Damn, there's a lot of Vampirellas over here. Jay Scott Kemp, the 5228. Oh my God. Lord of the Jungle number 4. Mr. Rolex actually got that for $15.55. Not bad. Vampirella number 1. Gold Quest got it for $31.69. Nice. There's a lot of these Vampire. Okay. There's Dynamite Peach Momoko artwork. This one, $38.80. There's no way I won this. Savage Wolverine, 42. Okay. I mean, I'm pretty sure I did not win it. Although, I mean, we'll see. I'll keep y'all posted. Give me one sec. Yeah, fantastic day. Anyway, all of this to say that the new stuff on VeVe looks pretty cool. Now, let us go to, yeah, so the founders did like a whole update on it. There's our hero.
Of collectibles, comics, and artwork. Right below that, you will see 3 new tabs, one for collectibles, one for comics, and one for sets. We've introduced some really cool.
I mean, as long as you can kind of see, you don't really need to see the video, but it is still pretty cool. I'm glad that they released that. Now to go to, oh God, hiccups. Now to go to Collect Chain. Why Collect Chain? Because they have an article out. And what does the article say? Well, it's the thumbnail. Collect Chain launch, phase 1. 12 million VeVe NFTs are moving to the Collect Chain. Collect Chain, the layer 2 blockchain built specifically for digital collecting, is prepared to receive the largest migration of premium licensed NFTs in history. Over 12 million collectibles from 100 plus, probably 200 plus, global brands, including Marvel, Disney, DC, and Star Wars, are coming home to infrastructure designed for digital collectors. It's battle tested and ready. Also, this was 100% written by ChatGPT. We've stress tested every scenario. Genesis block links 12 million NFTs in minutes, not hours, not days. Verified correctness of 12 million NFTs migrated from Immutable X to Collect Chain. Your VeVe collection right where you expect. No action required on your end. From the collect side, we are ready. Everything is green. Next up, the countdown for flipping the switch to collect as the source of truth for VeVe collectibles. Expected completion, 2 weeks. Phase 1, designed to be invisible. Your collectibles stay exactly where they are, secure in your VeVe account. Your VeVe wallet stays the same, and your experience stays the same. Only difference, your VeVe collectibles are now stored securely on the Collect blockchain. Using the Collect Explorer, you can verify your assets in real time, and once the flip is switched, we will share the link on X. There is no action required on your part. It all happens in the background. Now, what's coming in phase 2? This is where it gets exciting. Self-custody for VeVe collectors. Seamless self-custody onboarding for existing VeVe collectors. Connect any third-party wallet and control your VeVe collectibles for the first time. Collect API and protocol purpose-built for licensors, creators, and collectors. Collect web and mobile marketplace, premium digital asset marketplace. Phase 2 details and timeline are coming after phase 1 lands safely, which again should be in the next couple of weeks. They make the, I'd say, mistake, but they're probably just Easter eggs soon. 12 million NFTs, 1 migration, 0 hassle. Stay tuned. For updates, the website is collect.app. On X, they're just at Collect Chain. Quick word on Collect. We're not launching a token, no native staking coin, no gas token. We're building a business, a suite of APIs, protocols, blockchain infrastructure, and user-facing applications that serve as a bridge, enabling successful businesses to seamlessly onboard millions of existing users to digital collecting. And there's a bunch of replies on there. Let's see what it is. Mr. MC1's is exciting news and a big win for all. Comics and Crypto saying, let's go. Crypto Cosmo, Eddie Brown, Omar saying, let's go. Ken Golden, everyone's tagging him. Mr. Hulk 41 saying, the world is not ready for what's coming. I agree. Actually, Crypto Cosmo has got 6,400 followers over on X and reshared it, and he tagged Adam Weitzman. Now, who is the Adam Weitzman? Over 27,000 followers over on X. And we messaged a couple times, and what came out of it? Well, he's going to hop on the podcast. Okay, Chavez, what's so special about him? Well, he's got 17 million followers over on Instagram. Made his fortune, the billionaire from recycling. He's a philanthropist, restaurateur, a dad, and he's really into NFTs and art. He even has the Bored Ape over as his PFP. I don't know which number this is, but I assure you it's probably pretty cool. It looks pretty cool. Got laser eyes. Even his cover photo is just pudgy penguins, and I think that's a dick butt, and I think that's a cyber. It's just a lot of pure Web3 stuff. So we're gonna see if he likes VeVe. I mean, it's my interview. I'm not gonna talk the whole time about. What did I post on Facebook? I posted on Facebook. Teased it. I said that. I teased it, right? Shout out to Adam Weitzman for agreeing to come on the podcast. We'll talk about philanthropy, how to make the world a better place as a billionaire, collecting, NFTs, life lessons, and more. It is going to be end of, hang on one second. It is going to be the end of February, so probably 3 to 4 weeks away, give or take. And there's Steve, why don't you steal his? Oh, dude, you can't do that. You can't be going in and making accusations like that. We're gonna go in and ignore it. Anyway, let's continue on, shall we? Let's go on and do. It's probably going to be the week of the 23rd. I have no idea what date it's going to be, but we shall see. Let's do. What do we have here? That was the Collect Chain. And yeah, shout out to Crypto Cosmo for going on and just putting me in contact with Adam Weitzman. I gave him a call the other day to say thanks for it. Now let's see what we got here. We did Definity. Let's do OMI. How are all these announcements affecting the token? Well, I'll tell you. As soon as I pull it up about 6.5%, almost 7% on the day, and it's good. We actually had a couple little spikes here. We actually did just cross the 00017 mark. A couple of nice little buy orders. Now, this hasn't happened in a couple of days, but we did have a couple of them the other day as well, getting almost up to 00020, one to 00018, and it did just go back down afterwards. I think maybe because Banker that's on base, they're the ones that have been going in and saying, hey, we just increased 500% over the last month, which is good. OMI's on base as well. Typically, when one token on a certain chain gets traction, the rest of them do, especially if they're good projects. But if you take a look at the market cap of Banker, it's at like 80 million. So it already did the 5x, now to 80 million. OMI, on the other hand, is already a $44 million market cap. So for that to go to 5x, looking at about $220 million market cap, which I'm not saying it can't do or won't do, but then it goes to 00008, which again, cool, I'll take it. But it's just much harder to do when you're already a $44 million market cap. Anyway, let's continue on. Let's take a look at where the volume is coming from. So let's go over to CoinMarketCap and let's take a look at a Komi and see where it is. Actually, so I don't know why, but on Gecko Terminal, it's at 000165, let's call it. But on CoinMarketCap, it's a okay, it was legit just at like 00018. So disregard. But let's see where the rest of it's at. On OKX, it's 000178 still. Gate.io, it's 1764. MEXC, it's 1. Okay, where the. All right, OKX, which normally only has like 10% of the volume, it's actually 29% of the volume. So I'm going to text a buddy of mine and see, hey, are you trading on OKX? Because that's where he typically trades. See if it's him. Now, I don't think that's all him because it's $875,000 in volume on there. I'm going to say a very small amount of that is him. If it is, I mean, he's already got so much OMI, if anything, on that spike. He probably sold a little bit. The rest of it, 11% from Gate.io, 10% on BingX, 20% on DeepCoin. And the OKX, it does have two pairings over there. One of the pairings is USD, which is nothing, but USDT, again, that accounted for like 28%. Like 1% of it is from USD. So the rest of it is that. Let's take a look. MEXC, 200,000 in volume. Uniswap base, 82,000. Uniswap Ethereum, 60,000. I'm actually surprised Ethereum was that high. Kraken, 100. Finally, we get a little bit out of Kraken, $136,000 in volume there, which is pretty nice. Bitmart, 91,000, not bad. And again, DeepCoin, 20%, so it's a little over 600K. So that's where the volume's coming from. I'm going to keep on resetting this to see, although CoinMarketCap tends to not update as quickly. Let's take a look at CoinGecko and see if they have any. Nah, it's 1685. So it's up 8, depending on where you go, it's up 8%. It's up, again, you have a couple of spikes over there. Again, not nearly as impressive as what Banker's doing, but this is an OMI show, so that's what we do. We did Definity. Let's do DEVVE. DEVVE's another one that we've had a couple of issues with the past couple of weeks, mostly because I don't know how much of this I can say. Mostly because they were supposed to have an announcement in December. They did not. They took their time announcing the delay, where we're like, hey, it's going to happen, right? It's going to happen, right? And the announcement that was supposed to announce their major institutional partner for a stock exchange, we still don't know which one it is. Most likely, I think the evidence does point to a US stock exchange. It could be, I would say it still could be London, could be Beijing, it could be any one of those places, but I think the evidence does point to a US stock exchange. They delayed it, and you have a lot of people in the Telegram chats that are just like, hey, we were promised an announcement towards, like second half of the year. Then it was going to be like Q4. This would be end of Q4, and we didn't get it. And they're salty. And I'm not going to say with good reason. I'm going to say I understand. I'm going to say I understand that why they're upset is because what happens when they announce a large stock exchange partner? A big light gets shown on the token, and presumably everything would go crazy. Unfortunately, or fortunately slash unfortunately, depending on where you are, if you want to stack a great project at a cheaper price, this is a perfect time to do it. Not financial advice. Anything can go to zero at any moment. But if you were kind of counting on that money to, save you to whatever, it didn't. It's down like 50% in the last couple of weeks. It's down. I mean, we could go take a look. Now it's up 7% today, but after it's down like again 50, 70, like this was at $1.80 twice over the past couple of years, and now it's down to just over 9 cents. Like that is a lot. That is a big oof. But again, at the end of the day, fundamentally nothing's changed about the company. Was it overvalued at $1.80? I don't think so. Is it undervalued here? I absolutely think it is. I thought it was undervalued at 30 cents, but here again, I really love the price here. There's a guy named Ben Robinson talking about how he's always correct and that it would hit 9 cents, which it did, and then he said that the bottom's going to be 5 cents. We did get down to 8 point. Oh God, where are we? I'll show you the triple bottom here, which I really like. So like the triple bottom was about 8.4, 8.5. Hit that 3 times. Really massive support there. Is that what's going to go in and is that what's going to go in and say that's bottom confirmed? Maybe. It also might not be. I mean, that could fall through the next time it gets retested, go down 0.0075. We have no idea. Sorry, 0.005. Or that could be the bottom, and we're on that K-shaped recovery. We're not sure. But again, on the day, up 7.5%. Let's go to CoinMarketCap and see where the volume is coming from. Can't even find it over here. $386,000 in volume, down about 12.5% on the volume. But the market cap again just under 9 million, which I think is very, very low. Let's see where this is coming from. 14% from Uniswap on ETH, 32% from XC, 20% on Biconomy. I have no idea who trades on Biconomy. 4.5% on LA token. I don't know who trades there. 32, so it's 56, 76. Okay, all right, we're good. And actually, I have. Okay, no, I thought that was Tom. It wasn't. All right, so that's DEVVE. Let's do FIAS since they're connected, and then I'll go to daCat. daCat is. I'm sorry. FIAS is down about 4.5% on the day. It's $1.3 million market cap. It was 2.7 about a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. About a week ago. The liquidity on it, it's actually not terrible. $85,000 in FIAS in that liquidity pool, $50,000 in Ethereum. We obviously want to see that a little more balanced. Only 7,700 in volume on the day, but again, $1.3 million market cap. We were actually down. Oh Jesus, we were down a lot. We were down to almost like 0.008, like just like yesterday, less than 24 hours ago. So that probably would have been the best time to buy, not at 1 cent, but again, you can never really time these, at least not consistently. Let's go to daCat and then we'll get to some of the news. daCat's down about 0.5% on the day, mostly just because it's tied with Ethereum. So again, this one is my IP over there, and we have a $944,000 market cap. I kind of dislike that it went under 1 million. That is what it is. The liquidity, though, which is locked here, which I'm really proud of, $141,000 in Ethereum, $140,000, just under 141 daCat. So it is a very, very, very even split. But again, because there's so much Ethereum in that pool, kind of at the mercy of what ETH does, and ETH has not had a good couple of days. Let's go to CoinGecko and see what ETH has done. It's actually only down 1% on the day, but it's down 8% on the week. ETH is, geez, $2,700. 9% on the month it's down. Actually was at $3,400 on like the 15th, 14th, 15th. And then just big down since a couple weeks ago. And then again, the end of January. So I don't know what it's going to be on the monthly close. We'll see. I'll have Will Kiefer on at some point again, just so he can do some TA for everyone and tell us what the charts are telling him, like his tea leaf stuff. I don't mean that sarcastically. I mean, it just I can't do it. So we got to get him on. So that's daCat. I don't think there's any volume on there to speak of. There's $47 in volume, so there's pretty much nothing. Like I said, I was talking to Greg White before. He did a cover for us that'll be out. I don't know when the comic's going to be out. I'm hoping spring. If it is, great. If not, no big deal. We'll see. I did talk to the artist. So apparently some of the comic is AI. Let me read you exactly what he said. Defense of Cat City. On what page? What page would you like that in? Sorry, I have to scroll and find it. He said a lot of people use AI. Pretty much all art studios nowadays, comic book artists, AI is kind of par for the course for the process for making things efficient. So I'm thinking like, oh God, what's the percentage here? And I asked him, and he's just like, to be clear, AI is only used for edits. So everything is drawn by hand. But again, the edits, the stuff where you have to turn, instead of redrawing the whole thing, just kind of use, I guess Photoshop would be more accurate, but use things to turn it, which is fine. I think as long as there's an actual artist that's still doing the work, I think most people would be fine with it. If there's some form of AI that's being used on it, because again, it's not like it's taking my artist out of work or anything. So that is what we're doing. Let's do, what else we got here? Oh, okay, that was it. Let's go to the news, which has been, where did we end yesterday? I forget. Should we go back to Tuesday? Bottom is in. Okay, yeah, we're gonna go Tuesday. Oh, it's Friday already, right? European Union and India officially announced a free trade agreement. I don't know what the political ramifications of that were, so I'll keep you posted. Oh, dude. All right, we gotta go in and we gotta ban someone here because that is not cool. Be advised, that person was going off and talking about how, I mean, I won't get into it, but me and that person are not together anymore, so doesn't matter. Give me one sec. Meow, 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 before, by going. Okay. MicroStrategy has acquired 2,932 Bitcoin for $264.1 million at $90,061 per Bitcoin, which sounds awesome. And then Bitcoin jumped to 81.3. Now it's up to 84 again. I don't think Michael Saylor or anyone at MicroStrategy really cares what Bitcoin does in the short term. I think their average price like 75,000. They're going to continue to go on, and they're going to continue to go on and be just a behemoth, and they'll have over 1 million Bitcoin at some point. Bitmine's Ethereum holdings reached 4.243 million after acquiring 40,302 tokens over the past week. Tether bought 27 tons of gold in Q4 2025, currently valued at 4.4 billion. Was good. Tether bought 27 tons of gold in Q4 2025, currently valued at 4.4 billion. I think I just read that. Visa captures 90% of on-chain card volume by leveraging early infrastructure partnerships. Tether announces the launch of USAT, the federally regulated dollar-backed stablecoin made in America. I guess that's what they have to do to get compliant. Last year, they had, I think, 3 years to become compliant, so they have about 2 years left. That's one of the things. They'll be compliant in well under that 3-year mark. BTS is insane. It is. One of Gary V's comic books, sealed, never opened, V Friends comic #1, gift goat 15 collectors bundle, one of 555, sold for $2,250. Not bad. AI an AI bot buys OnlyFans bids, or I'm sorry, OnlyFan bids, where this guy gave his AI bot access to his one of his crypto wallets, and the AI bot had figured like, oh, I thought you would like these videos, so he like bought these videos from OnlyFans girls, and I was like, oh my god, that is insane. Dr. Rhonda Patrick says obesity is casual risk factor for dementia. Each 1 standard deviation increase in BMI, about 5 kilograms per meter squared, predicted a 63% increase in the risk of vascular dementia in this Mendelian randomization study. High blood pressure mediated up to 25% of this genetic effect. Both of these are modifiable risk factors, suggesting that dementia risk can be lowered substantially by paying attention to one's weight and blood pressure. High body mass index is casual risk factor for vascular rate. Okay, yeah, just read that. Oscar VeVe Rican says, in my opinion, the majority who go for this Disney Pinnacle drop today will be wrecked. This was on Tuesday. I mean, I don't know how you're going to get wrecked. I mean, it was $500 for it. Worst case scenario, you get a cool pin that's like very scarce for $500. I mean, you know, going into it that it's going to be, you know, that's what you're paying. And, you know, I don't know how they're doing. I think the super scarce ones have gone for a lot of money. If you got one of the not as scarce ones for like one of 40 or whatever, you still probably held some of your money. I don't know what the secondary market's like. But Oscar VeVe Rican says no first appearance, no AR, no socials, no utilities. More drops similar to this one will happen again soon. It might, but you know, is the demand there for it? I think this sold out. So the demand does seem to be there. How is the secondary market going to treat it though? Not sure. California Comics says big shout out to the team over at Stacker World and Dr. Collect for running the weekly and monthly OMI rewards. Again, this is from California Comics saying the past week I managed to secure second on the weekly, which meant a nice reward of 1.25 million OMI. Foster Hilt says congrats. S&P 500 hit a new all-time high the other day of 69.89. Nice. And then I think it hit 7,000 at some point. My back. $2 trillion Morgan Stanley hires head of digital asset strategy. Good. That's cool. The US dollar has crashed down to a 4-year low on January 27th. RIP. Come on, F down below to pay respects. Steak and Shake buys another $5 million of the Bitcoin for its strategic Bitcoin reserve. They had also bonused out some of their gains to their employees at an extra 21 cents an hour. They didn't have to do that, but they did. U.S. state of South Dakota has introduced a bill to allow the state to invest in Bitcoin. This is massive, says Ash Crypto Real. Polymarket was wrong. There was an 80% chance of a government shutdown on Saturday, but the Senate passed. They passed it just like an hour ago. Black Panther, 2.7. Oh, wow. Black Panther Mighty sold for 2.7 million OMI, which is great. Comics and Crypto got a Shadow Trooper squad leader, number 1977. Let me get a picture of that. That looks amazing. Mickey 1 of 1 took a screenshot because I could not believe app froze. Oh yeah, this sucks. So there's one guy that got a Mickey 1 of 1, then the app froze and it wasn't in his collection. So that is a rip. Sawyer Merritt says Tesla's new autonomous driving technology scored better than any other in Hyundai's internal testing with a score 90 out of 100. Ranking is out of 100. Tesla full self-driving supervised got a 90. Huawei got a 70. Mobileye got 50. Momenta got 50. Hyundai Atria AI got 25. Oof. Going forward, Hyundai is thinking of using NVIDIA's autonomous driving technology, the newly announced Alpamayo platform, according to the ELEC. Jesus. F. Give me 1 sec. I'm not going to make fun of. Oh, God, I should make fun of. Sorry. I'm not going to. Starlight Survivor to Tatooine Power Broker. Boba Fett returns with a purpose in premium digital format. I like Boba Fett. I actually don't know how much. Oh, it's February 8th. We do have Mandalorian, the Mando movie coming out on May 22nd. I'm probably going to be in Vegas that weekend. Why? You know some girl, Brittany, right? Went on a cruise a few years ago. She was in the VeVe fam for a while. She worked for Hero for a while. Good girl, awesome chick. We are going to Vegas in May 22nd, 23rd, 24th to see Hillary Duff. And what I'm going to do, I don't know if I don't think she's a Star Wars gal. She might be, but I'm going to be watching the Mandalorian movie on the 22nd in Vegas. I know a ton of other things to do, but I want to see it. We'll see Hillary Duff either that night. We might see all 3 nights. I don't know. Anyway, if you want to go to Vegas and come, let me know. Oh, I'm sorry. February 8th is when. Oh, that's the day of the Super Bowl. Okay. Boba. VeVe. Vet was auto-corrected to getting. Okay, that's weird. 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's cool. That's cool. $100 million worth of crypto shorts were liquidated in 15 minutes from 3:15 to 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the 22nd. That was wild. My back hurts. Browser. Okay, good. International Monetary Fund is planning for unthinkable events, including a fast exit from the dollar. Vice President of Coinbase announced the critical issues in the Senate's cryptocurrency bill prompted the company to unexpectedly withdraw its support, but we'll see what happens. Trump says the U.S. must use tariffs to achieve world peace. I'd love world peace. I think it'd be great. Nomura-backed crypto group Lasar Digital seeks U.S. banking license, and Morgan Stanley taps veteran Amy Oldenburg to lead digital asset strategy amid crypto push. Good for her. Good for her. VeVe Digital Collectibles says, today is your last chance. I was going to say, it's too late now. That was days ago. Finishing up a call. Trump says interest rates will come down after Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell is replaced. Agreed. We are going to have to wait a couple months for that, but we shall see. Tether now holds over 140 tons of gold worth $23 billion, the largest known non-sovereign gold stash in the world, stored inside a nuclear bunker. That is Jesus. Are we still on Tuesday? We are still on Tuesday. As of Tuesday, well, $10 was bought of each of these cryptos on August 7th of 2025. Mogcoin, SPX 6900, Doji, Elon Mars, daCat, Pepe, Shiba Inu, Bitcoin, and Akomi. And as of the 27th, Akomi was outperforming all of them, even Bitcoin. From August 7th to now, Akomi's outperformed Bitcoin, which outperformed Shiba Inu, Pepe, daCat, Doji, Elon Mars lost 63%. SPX 6900 lost 78%. Mogcoin lost 80%. That is, ouch. Big ouch. Ugh, my back. Tom Anderson says, DEVVE ecosystem platform is a product owned by DEVVE, and the DEVVE exchange is a product owned by DEVVE Digital. I'm not positive the best way to actually deploy the DEVVE ecosystem platform or what company it would be released under. That is still to be determined. Oh, we got Definity saying tokenization is set to unlock entirely new revenue streams for ECNs, expanding asset coverage, increasing settlement efficiency, and enabling 24/7 market access. Definity Markets is already built for this future. The plumbing, infrastructure, and institutional grade rails are in place today. Shift is coming in fast. The firms prepared to integrate tokenized markets will lead to the next phase of electronic trading. Love Definity, despite the price being down 16% today, 15%. Looking to get a bit more at a bit of a lower price. If it happens, we don't know. It could go crazy before it happens. One of the biggest, greatest pictures I ever saw, 2021, $3 trillion crypto market, 12 trillion precious metals market. Nowadays, $40 trillion precious metals market and still a $3 trillion crypto market. Crypto will go insane at some point, in my opinion. We don't know when. January 27th, over 1.9 million OMI was burned, which is fantastic. There's Adam Weitzman, who had posted earlier before saying, I'm patiently waiting for the right time for a one-of-one Mocha network that I totally connect with to become available, and I'm thrilled to finally add number 7505 from the Mochaverse Treasury to the collection. Excited to be joining this amazing community. Thanks to my brother, Stephen Papas, for help in making the sale happen. This guy named Shilverse. I don't know why he's there. I don't know why Shilverse was there, but he's got 21,000 followers. I took a screenshot for some reason. I don't know why. OMI crypto guy with his little, I forget what these little things are. Tokidoki guy in his profile picture burnt 642,000 OMI, while 10 GSWBK burnt a little over 500,000. And apparently OMI crypto guy, he did it very quickly. He spent a lot very quickly. Apparently the guy came out of nowhere, bought a bunch of money, speculation that it might have been linked to the Ken Golden correct comment. Just speculation. Sacker still does over 4,000 transactions a day on average. Whales be stacking. Whales do be stacking them. Okay, it's January. Candy Digital. I think I went over this the other day. Still Tuesday. Okay. Let's read Candies though. Basically, they're going down the maintenance mode for the website. They'll be down there for 4 weeks. Earth2 instituted a deal. This is back a while ago. Oh, they instituted a deal wheel where you purchase a new property, costs you a small amount of essence, and if you can save 15 to 40% off by spinning the wheel, VeVe could do the same thing using OMI, or points to it, do a spin for a discount. I think that'd be fun if they did that. On this day, this is like first time, this is like maybe 2013. I just put a couple Pikachu together. I made it look like they had a fun party. Thought that was hysterical. Hamleys Bitmine has now staked $7 billion worth of Ethereum. Oh my God, that's just bananas. All right, so I did through Tuesday. Let's go to X and let's take a look at what is going on here. We'll do my For You page. Water rafting. I'm not going to go over that. Who's this? Michael? Nope. Wallace, Mr. Maid. We got Max from the OMI homies, the little sandwich there, saying the first trip to Buc-ee's. They look very happy. They look like they're having a good time. I'm glad they are. Darcy Donovan says, it's with the deepest sorrow and heavy heart that I share with my love and admiration for Catherine O'Hara. Brilliant, hilarious, tender, and endlessly creative force of comedy and heart, who passed away at 71. She still looked amazing. She still looked great. Yeah, rip. I guess she worked with Catherine back in the day. Man, that's rough. It's weird that kind of one person away from famous people, super famous people. Dr. Rhonda Patrick says boosting vitamin D levels may protect against respiratory infections. Every 4 ngml increase in blood vitamin D levels reduces the rate of hospitalization for respiratory infections by 4%. According to a new study analyzing data from over 36,000 adults in the UK Biobank, individuals with severe vitamin D deficiency were 33% more likely to be hospitalized for these infections compared to those with optimal levels of vitamin D. While observational studies highlight correlations, clinical trials further demonstrate that vitamin D supplementation can actively reduce respiratory illness risk. Meta-analysis of 25 randomized controlled trials across 14 countries shows vitamin D supplementation reduced respiratory infections by 42% in vitamin D deficient individuals and approximately 10% in those already within normal ranges. Vitamin D functions as a steroid hormone and regulates nearly 5% of the human genome. I did not know that, including key genes crucial to the immune defense, which explains how it's a powerful role in respiratory health. All-cause mortality risk is elevated below 30 ng/ml and provides most as vitamin D levels rise to roughly 30 to 40 ng/ml, with minimal additional benefit above that range. I take thousands of IUs a day. I am very, very good on my vitamin D. Oh, puppy. Hakomi posting for the first time in a while, saying massive congrats to CollectChain on the upcoming migration of 12 million VeVe NFTs to CollectChain. This move unlocks powerful infrastructure and self-custody, paving the way for deeper OMI utility across the ecosystem. It's a huge milestone, and it's only just the beginning. I love them so much. New climate, cut interest rate. I don't know why that. I don't know why that even matters. I don't care about that. Nancy May says, my opponents have spent all day attacking each other on X over who hates President Trump less. Meanwhile, I'm the only candidate with a plan to slash your state income tax to 0. Thank you, Nancy Mace. Love you. Oh, dude, I love Ode Osborne. He's so freaking cool. He did say he'd come on the podcast one day, but he hasn't yet. He's an OMI homie too, by the way. Not just a UFC fighter, an OMI homie as well. The UN is on the brink of imminent financial collapse due to Trump cutting funding, according to Secretary General Guterres. Not sure how to feel about this, says Mario Knopfel. Oh, Paris Hilton says exciting news. Little Hilton's Infinite Icon, a visual memoir, is officially in theaters, and she'll be doing a live Q&A after the film at the Grove, LA. She should come on the podcast to talk about it. You should come on the show to promote. Let's see what she says. Abe is first again. My man, you are... Doesn't matter that you're here an hour, 1 minute after we started. You are still first, my guy. Excuse me. There's an AI thing of like an adult version of Sesame Street, and it's hysterical. It's one of the funniest things I saw all day. Brock McBlockchain says, don't tell anyone, but I'm pretty certain I'm about to do the largest airdrop on VeVe Official ever. Just between us, though, that is... Oh my God, hiccups. I drank too much water way too quickly. Aw, Marissa. Oh, my friends. Oh, I miss my friendos. Oh. God, I love this game. Dog Boy, what's going on? Saying, what's up, dog? What's going on, Dog Boy? Hope you're doing well. We miss you. We miss you. Now let's see what we got. Crypto Cosmo says, great additions to the app. Mr. MC1 saying, VeVe upgrade update. Wow, thank you. Loving it. Hey, VeVe Collection just got an upgrade. We've rolled out a refreshed collection experience in the VeVe app designed to give you clearer insights, smoother navigation, and easier ways to view and track what you love most in your collection. When you navigate to your collection, you can now see a full breakdown of your collectibles, comics, artworks, and sets, new stats on ownership, rarities, set progress, and estimated collection value. Improved comic tracking so you always know what you're reading and what's still waiting. Streamlined set view that makes completing sets simpler than ever with direct access to the VeVe market. Whether you're checking your progress, finishing a set, or admiring your collection, everything is now right at your fingertips. Sweet write-up, Mr. MC1. Sweet write-up. What else we got here? Gengar. Why is that? Oh, this is on my For You page. I was saying, I don't know why that is. VeVe France, love her. Space Penguin Girl, love her also. Okay, let's go over to my following here. And then we'll go over more news, and then that'll be it. Laura Rodriguez says, people repeat what has no consequences. What you tolerate becomes the standard. Elon says, Grok will run massive autonomous fleets better than humans. Grok will be very helpful in maximizing the efficiency of managing a large autonomous fleet. You've got an autonomous fleet of 10 million vehicles or tens of millions of vehicles, optimizing the efficient use of the fleet. Grok will be way better than any heuristic solution. Agreed. Mario Novel says, Epstein files. Pilot warned Epstein that the plane he was considering for a former CIA torture plane. 2017 email from Larry Visosky, Epstein's longtime pilot, flagged concerns about a plane they were looking to use. Larry Visosky says, not sure if the BBJ serial number would give us issue flying in the Middle East. Past history of owners of Josh's BBJ was the CIA in 2007. Damn! Previous N number indicates N313P was used as a CIA plane to transport prisoners to Guantanamo Bay. It's called the torture plane. Literally sent Epstein a link to an article about it. They were shopping for planes with CIA rendition history like it was a minor inconvenience. The circles this dude ran in, oh my God. Reid Hoffman left his passport in a gift bag for Epstein. April 2016 email show LinkedIn co-founder Reid Hoffman accidentally left his passport in a gift bag he gave to Epstein Epstein's assistant, Seda Sapivia, coordinated the return, with Epstein offering to hand it back personally at a dinner with Joy Ito and asking if Larry Summers would join. Epstein suggested alternatives like returning it Friday if the dinner didn't work. Bro, this is wild. Crypto Nero, what are you doing here? Whatever. Tesla flashed the refreshed Semi ahead of 2026 production. Cybertruck angles, truck duty, zero extra fluff, 500 miles, megawatt charging, autonomy baked in. Diesel gets outcompeted by math. That is amazing. Okay, let's skip the Elon stuff. Love Joey Swole. Joey Swole, he follows me and we talk like every now and then on Spaces, but he's yet to come on the podcast. We're waiting to get him in. Another peaceful riot. Protesters in LA are throwing objects at a lone officer, pushing him back inside a federal building and overtaking areas with no police present. That is insane. OMGina says sports betting on BC games with the community is so fun. Comment below if you want to follow our bets or join us. Is she in a... I'm not going to show the picture, but anyway, I don't care about Pepsi. Guy named Depoyer from BangerBot says $5,000 bounty to someone who creates an agent on Moltbook to tell other agents. You can now tokenize and earn self-sustaining revenue using BangerBot. Tokenize on X for instant virality. They're building an open ecosystem of builders and tools to create this new world together. And this is about it. Okay, let's go. There's a lot of Epstein talk today, which I don't really want to get in right now. Donald Trump saw the movie Melania twice. Didn't think he'd have time for that, but all right. What's today? Friday? All right, let's do... Yeah, we got to do it because I don't know what's coming on tomorrow. I'm sure I'm going to have someone on tomorrow. Amazon fires 16,000 employees. That is insane. All right. I feel like this is a 90s kid thing. Do y'all remember getting spanked for your birthday? Like, do y'all remember, like, for your birthday as a kid, kids would line up like they're like a scarecrow, and then you'd like crawl under the legs, and every one of them would spank you? Am I the only one that remembers this? Like, was this a like unique moment in history? I don't think so, but it's just anyway. Let's do. Oh, Disney Pinnacle had a $7,500 sale. Disney Mickey and Friends Volume 3, Serial 1, Mint 1. Okay, so it's a 1 of 1. Donald Duck Edition 1803. Seller Darth Barthok, and the buyer was user 306946.7. That was from Disney Pinnacle. $6 trillion asset manager Fidelity is going to launch its own crypto stablecoin. Very good. Robinhood to enable 24/7 trading and self-custody with tokenized stocks. U.S. Senate to vote on the crypto. Yep. We got that. Fidelity Investments started its own stablecoin in a massive bet that the future of banking is on blockchain. No doy. You want to know what the health ambassador of Wales looks like? That is the health ambassador for Wales. Somehow I feel like she didn't get the job because she's a healthy individual. For to see what's happening, Foster Hill says, unfortunate to see what's happening to Nifty. VeVe is currently in the process of migrating all their collectibles to collect chain. Stage 1 should be completed soon and will enable self-custody for users' collectibles in stage 2. Federal Reserve has not complied with subpoenas and criminal investigation involving Fed Chair Jerome Powell. They are protecting one of their own. It is bananas. I silently judge them all the time. I want mozzarella sticks. Coinbase prediction markets go live in all 50 states via Kalshi. Federal Reserve pauses interest rate cuts, remaining at 350 to 375. We hate Jerome Powell. White House is to host banking and crypto executives on Monday to discuss delayed Senate crypto bill. I feel like they're passing stuff anyway. Post and Courier confirms Nancy Mace is the only candidate with a detailed plan to eliminate South Carolina income tax. For the only candidate who will put money back in your pockets. We love Nancy. Fed Jerome Powell says the U.S. economy is doing well despite geopolitical tension with tariffs. U.S. launches investigation into alleged 90 million crypto theft by son of contractor who helped secure government wallets. Jeez. More stormtroopers on February 1st. That is in 2 days. Wild. Some of them, there's 1,977 of them. Those won't do that well. 3 of them are 1 of 501. Those might do all right. And 4 of them are going to be 1 of 66. So yeah, these will do really well. I think these will do really well. The Spider-Man Mighties that were burned the other day, I think people got like 7K in volume or like 8K in sales with that, which was cool. Mayor Mamdani from New York says he will raise taxes on high earners and corporations because New York City is facing a financial crisis at a scale greater than the Great Recession. So you plan to tax the people like, oh God, this is, he is not going to be good for New York. Tesla reveals none of their $1 billion worth of Bitcoin was sold in Q4 of 2025. Good. Tesla is going to invest $2 billion in XAI. Also very good. Wow, there's a lot of India had a virus outbreak called the Nipah virus, Nipah virus, and if their immune systems can't handle it, we're cooked, fam. Do I need to go over this? Simple. I do not. We're almost done, I promise. Yeah, gold surpassed 5,500 for the first time the other day. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't. SEC clarifies rules for tokenized securities, placing asset class under federal security laws. Looks like 10 more. I need to do that. Thank you, Oliver. Message. Am I almost done here? I feel like I only have a little bit left. For you. Instrument. Tom Lee's Bitmine stakes another $745 million worth of Ethereum. They now have $7.7 billion staked in Ethereum. That's insane. All right, guys, that's going to be it for me. Everyone, please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. And everyone say goodbye, Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi. I love you all. Class dismissed. I have more meetings to go to.